Hello my nudes, how's it going? I hope you're having a fun time. On the channel, I've recently been covering Black Ops from 2010 and Black Ops 2 from 2012. Why these games? Simple. It's Black Ops 7 release time. And why cover these old games from way back in 2010 and 2012 instead of talking to you about Black Ops 6? Because, defying all logic, Treyarch and Activision have told us that Black Ops 7 is a direct sequel to Black Ops 2. When I say they told us, I mean they really told us a lot. Like, a lot.
Black Ops 7 takes place about 10 years after the events of Black Ops 2 with Raul Menendez and his Cordis Die movement. At the end of Black Ops 2, Raul Menendez was seemingly killed. Now in 2035, he's back with a mysterious video threatening to burn the world down in 3 days.
With the game taking place 10 years after Black Ops 2, as well as the return of survival maps for the first time since Black Ops 2.
One of the most important things to know about Black Ops 7 are it's set in 2035, right? So this is 10 years after the events of Black Ops 2, if you're familiar with Black Ops 2. Set the stage for us, right? We know that this game takes place in 2035. We know that's 10 years after the events of Black Ops 2. What kind of world are we, walking into at Black Ops 7?
Yeah, I love this question. So ever since we left Black Ops 2 and we left David Mason in the world, we always wanted to go back to it. There was a story there to be told, but it was never the right time. Black Ops 7 was that time.
People using the VS Recon, right? That seems to be
the VS Recon. It is paying homage to the most iconic sniper rifle in Black Ops history from Black Ops 2.
Will we be seeing any remastered multiplayer maps from the DLC season of Black Ops 2 or 3?
Yes. Right. Can we get some Black Ops 2 remasters that we've never had before? Yeah, you can.
Are we getting more Black Ops 2 remasters?
We are going to get some more Black Ops 2 remasters. I don't want to give away too many spoilers, but I have been reading the replies, and some of you have guessed correctly. Will there be Black Ops 2 competitive maps for CDL?
Yes, there will be. So you've already seen Raid and Express, and we are expecting to have some more coming out post-launch.
Yep.
Doors? Question mark.
In Black Ops 7 multiplayer, there are no manual doors. We do have some automatic doors, just like we did in Black Ops 2. Shout out Drone, if you remember that, bit of a deep cut. Before we get into Season 1, I can say that Nuketown 2025 will be coming shortly after launch on November 20th.
If you're looking at our remastered version of Nuketown 2025 from Black Ops 2, see some vibrant colors and some cool spots for wall jump. Let's take a look at one of our new maps, Fate. The first time players went to this Menendez compound in Nicaragua was in the Black Ops 2 mission Time and Fate. This next up, we'll take a look at Odysseus. This map is based on the Black Ops 2 mission of the same name.
But here's the thing. Despite being a follow-up, Black Ops 7 seems to ignore some choices that you make as a character in Black Ops 2. Characters who are dead might magically return, so you might wonder what all those tough decisions were actually for, or if they just wanted to cash in on one of the most loved games in the series. Here's what we know about Black Ops 7 so far. It's set in 2035, 10 years after Black Ops 2. We're diving back into a world of brainwashing, drone warfare, and reality-bending mind hacks. Oh, and reconnecting with one seriously angry Nicaraguan dude with a flair for global revolution. Yes, Menendez is back, even though you might have offed him in Black Ops 2, and he's still a headache. So if you're new to the series, or can't remember who's been shot, betrayed, and resurrected since 1945, don't worry, I've got you. So grab a drink, a snack, put your feet up, and let's cover 80 years of espionage, revenge, and government screw-ups. This is the Black Ops backstory you need to know before playing Black Ops 7. Oh, and warning, spoilers ahead for both Black Ops and Black Ops 2, obviously. Our story starts in 1945, right as World War II ends. The Nazis, in a last-ditch effort thinking they might somehow come back from an Allied victory, hide a deadly biochemical weapon called Nova 6 aboard a secret Antarctic vessel. But spoiler alert, the Soviets, and a young soldier named Viktor Reznov, discover the ship and seize the pathogen for themselves. But to what ends? Not only do they find Nova 6 on the ship, they also find German scientist Frederick Steiner, who quite handily decides to defect. Not only because he knows what would happen to him if the Allies were to capture him, it's mainly because he wants to be able to keep working on his beloved poison gas. What a lovely fella. And who is this Reznov guy? Viktor Reznov is basically a textbook, grizzled Russian soldier with a flair for revenge. We first meet him in Call of Duty World at War, but that's a video for another time. Reznov is tough, charismatic, and for the purposes of our story, he's very good at making friends in prison. Mainly because he leads revolts, punches guards, and generally causes chaos wherever he goes. You'll hear about him again later, where he befriends one of the main protagonists. Kind of. And you need to remember the name Nova 6, because it's about to ruin a lot of lives in the decades to come, in some very gruesome ways. We now fast forward our story to the 1960s, during the height of the Cold War, where everybody's spying on everyone, and the CIA's motto is basically, ethics optional. We meet Alex Mason, a US operative with heroic tendencies, but being a hero doesn't always lead to mission success. Mason is sent to assassinate Fidel Castro during the Bay of Pigs invasion. With it being a CIA mission, nothing goes smoothly, and instead of killing Castro, he's fooled by a double and is then captured by the real Castro. To prove his loyalty to Mother Russia, Castro trades Mason to the Ruskies, and he's shipped off to a Soviet gulag called a Vorkuta. While in the gulag, Mason meets Viktor Reznov, our grizzled Russian soldier from 1945. Of course, he's aged a bit. Things haven't gone so well for him, and he hates the Soviets almost as much as Mason hates prison food. Together, they lead a massive breakout with the entire prison population rising up, using a variety of makeshift weapons in order to take out guards, patrol helicopters, and watchtowers. Reznov and Mason break out of the prison on bikes, heading towards a railway track to stow away on a train to freedom. Reznov seemingly sacrifices himself to let Mason escape, leaving Mason free to return to the US and his CIA handlers. Mason isn't entirely free. The Soviets have programmed him to kill US leaders and trigger a global Nova 6 attack via a mysterious numbers broadcast. The bigger problem? Reznov corrupted the brainwashing, so who's really in control of Mason now? The CIA? The Soviets? Reznov? Or Mason himself? Back in the US, no one realises Mason's basically carrying Cold War sleeper agent malware in his head. During missions, he starts seeing Reznov again, talking to him, following his advice. Except plot twist, Reznov's been dead the whole time and has sent Mason off to do his bidding, with the facilities of the CIA to assist him. Totally fine, I'm sure. So Mason's saving the world with the help of a hallucination. Somehow Reznov's getting Mason out of impossible situations, giving him intel, explaining what's going on, with Mason believing he's talking to the actual Russian and not a vision. With the help of his CIA partner Frank Woods and handler Jason Hudson, Mason hunts down the Soviet villains Dragovich, Kravchenko, and the German scientist Steiner, unraveling the Nova 6 conspiracy, while Dragovich is directing the Nova 6 project, and Steiner has been perfecting his Nova 6 poison. Kravchenko has been testing it on the unsuspecting populations in Vietnam and Laos. While hunting these villains down, in Mason's brain, every time he comes across one of them, he hears Reznov saying their names, along with a refrain, all must die.
Dragovich, Kravchenko, Stein, all must die.
Unbeknown to him, he slowly moves through Reznov's kill list, taking them out one by one. But are the dead really dead? I mean, Woods blew himself and Kravchenko up with a grenade. Dragovich was blown up in his car, and Reznov/Mason killed Steiner. So they're all dead, right? I mean, we saw it happen. Well, as the old adage goes, don't believe everything you see. Especially when death gets in the way of a good continuing storyline. Or the writers can't come up with other compelling characters, I guess. So with the swinging 60s over, we move into the 80s, a decade where some of the most underhanded and dirty CIA operations took place in the real world. Or did they? It's a time of mullets, lycra, really great music, questionable CIA decisions, and the Cold War still going strong. At this point in time, General Noriega is governing Panama with chilling effect. Now, because it's a while ago, and you youngsters might not even know who this Noriega fellow is or why he's important, let's have a quick history lesson. Manuel Noriega was a Panamanian military officer and dictator who ruled Panama from 1983 to 1989. During the 1980s, he consolidated power as the de facto leader of Panama, initially with the support of the United States due to his anti-communist stance and cooperation with US intelligence agencies in the region, but mainly because the US hates the communists, remember. Over time, Noriega's regime became increasingly authoritarian and corrupt, marked by human rights abuses, rampant drug trafficking, and election fraud. His involvement in drug smuggling, particularly his ties to Colombian cartels, led to a breakdown in relationships with the US, culminating in the 1989 American invasion of Panama, which removed him from power. This is the backdrop that is the tragedy of the Menendez origin story. Raul Menendez was born in Nicaragua in 1963, and 9 years later his family had to endure a massive earthquake that wrecked the entire country. Struggling to get back on their feet, the family is hit by further tragedy when Raul's sister, Josefina, is horribly burned in a factory fire. In an attempt to rebuild their lives and provide care for the now bedridden Josefina, Jose Menendez and his son Raul begin to do anything they can to make money, starting off with selling drugs before moving on to supplying weapons to anyone with money, no questions asked. They soon cross paths with Noriega and forge a powerful alliance, and with Noriega's protection assured, the Menendez cartel operates with impunity across Central and South America. Hired guns, drug running, whatever will make the most money, they're involved in it. The CIA catches wind of the Menendez cartel operations, who were selling weapons to the Soviet-backed communist Cubans, which was obviously a big no-no to the Yanks, and launched an operation to take Jose out, which succeeded in 1982. If the CIA thought Jose's death would take down the cartel, they seriously underestimated how powerful and organised the Menendez cartel was, and Raul quickly stepped into his father's shoes, swearing revenge on the CIA. Meanwhile, Mason and Woods keep doing CIA missions. Angola, Afghanistan, all those lovely places where the CIA definitely wasn't meddling in foreign affairs. Wink wink. In 1986, Woods goes missing. Oh yeah, he's magically alive, by the way, and didn't actually get blown up along with the Soviet Kravchenko in Black Ops 1. Anyway, we're now in Angola, and Mason and Hudson attempt to find the magically alive Woods, who we know is actually alive because this mission is in 1986, and he's telling us about this mission from 2025, so surprise, I guess. During the mission, we discover that Menendez is in contact with Kravchenko, who may or may not have been responsible for Woods being captured. Can the CIA actually kill anyone at this point apart from Jose Menendez? Because it doesn't look like they're doing too well at this point. Sorry, I keep getting sidetracked with all the people rising from the dead. Back to the story. It's at this time they come across Menendez for the first time proper. After taking Menendez hostage in order to protect himself and Menendez's men, which includes child soldiers, so he's obviously a nice chap too, there's a scuffle, Menendez pulls out a grenade, and in order to escape, Mason fires at Menendez, blinding him in one eye. But they manage to disrupt his Cuban mercenary pipeline, and that helps Angola. For now. Realising that Menendez is a dangerous element, Woods and Mason track him down to his villa in Nicaragua. Woods goes off the rails because of his treatment by Menendez in Angola, and tosses a grenade into the room where he thinks Menendez is. The problem is that Woods kills Raul's sister, Josefina. Now, if Menendez was dead, that wouldn't be a problem. But, yet again, someone is thought to be dead, this time Menendez dying in a grenade blast. And you would have thought that having survived such a grenade blast himself, Woods would go and make sure that Menendez was actually dead. But no, why verify that anyone is dead in this game? Don't be silly. So thinking that Menendez is dead and having it confirmed by Noriega that Menendez is in fact in a body bag and the cartel is now destroyed, the CIA leaves Nicaragua. But the so-called death was really a cover-up by Noriega. The corrupt politician lets Menendez slip away. With his family now dead at the hands of the Americans, Menendez vows revenge, not just on the CIA, but the US government and any Western capitalist culture. To that end, Menendez builds Cordis Die, a populist movement that uses media, ideology, and later cyber warfare to rally followers around the world. People are fed up with capitalism and systems that allow the rich to profit from the toil of the working class. Sound familiar? And Raul capitalizes on these feelings of helplessness to unite them under a single cause, that the West is not fit for purpose, and must fall. And by 2025, the Cordis Die movement has over 1 billion followers. Menendez is now ready to strike. In Black Ops 2 by 2025, the world has gone full techno-military. The US runs its wars through autonomous drone fleets, basically flying death robots managed by artificial intelligence. I guess I never watched Terminator. I mean, Skynet worked out so well. And the US drone fleet was also going great until someone decides to hack them. That someone? Raul freaking Menendez.
Raul fucking Menendez.
Who could have seen that plot twist coming? Well, probably a lot of us at this point, but, moving on. Menendez is now a global icon, like a mix between a Che Guevara and a YouTuber with a grudge, and he's playing the world's superpowers against each other. He orchestrates cyber attacks against banks, businesses, entire countries. He doesn't care who the target is. But his biggest attack is when he targets the USS Obama, the US Navy's drone command carrier. But here's the twist. The attack on the ship itself isn't his goal. No, it's his ticket aboard the ship. Menendez wants to be captured and brought aboard so he can access Solarium, a next-generation microchip which is capable of overriding the entire US drone network. It's basically the Wi-Fi password to the apocalypse. At the same time, the CIA is working with tech prodigy Chloe Lynch, codenamed Karma, who has built a powerful AI security system designed to protect the drone control infrastructure from the type of attack Menendez is planning. But Menendez, he wants to get into Karma's AI security system and destroy it. Cordis Die then launches simultaneous strikes, assassinations, data leaks, cyber attacks. The world teeters on collapse, incapable of coping when their technological infrastructure starts to fail and their world leaders go silent. And just when things couldn't get any worse, the US president, for reasons only known unto her, and Treyarch, is in Los Angeles. Raul Menendez floods the city with mercenaries and also sends a fleet of drones in that direction. Marine One, the president's helicopter, is taken out by rocket launchers, fired by mercenaries on nearby rooftops. The helicopter goes down, and now it's a race against time to get to the safety of a secure bunker under a hotel in downtown LA. And Alex Mason's son, David, codenamed Section, to avoid confusion with his pops, I guess, must protect the president by any means. It's chaos. Think Terminator meets CNN breaking news. You take to the streets as a ground soldier, to the air as a pilot, whatever it takes to get President Marion Bosworth to safety. Oh, and spoiler alert, the US had a female president in 2025. Who would have thunk that was a possibility, eh? How unrealistic.
Damn!
Everything comes down to this. Haiti 2025. Raul freaking Menendez
Raul fucking Menendez.
has hijacked the US drone fleet, turned America's own weapons against itself and the rest of the world, tried to assassinate the US president, and is now ready to trigger a global meltdown through his Cordis Die revolution. So naturally, David Mason and his strike team do what any good Black Ops squad would do. Storm Menendez fortress head on and hope they don't accidentally start World War III in the process. This is Judgment Day, the final mission of Black Ops 2, and it's peak Call of Duty chaos. Drones raining hellfire, cyber soldiers everywhere, real soldiers everywhere, and Mason fighting through Menendez's private army like it's just another Tuesday. Now let's talk about the ending. Depending on your choices, Mason can kill Menendez and save the world, but turning Menendez into a martyr in the process, or spare him, letting him live to face the consequences of his actions, but perhaps still be able to rally his Cordis Die supporters behind him. Either way, the damage is done. The world's seen its own weapons turned against it, and the age of digital warfare has officially begun. It's not exactly a happy ending, more like a great, now everything's on fire, but at least we're alive ending. And that's where Black Ops 2 leaves us. The drones are down, the world's in chaos, and Menendez's ideology is still spreading through what's left of the internet. So that's where we leave the game. The Cold War's long gone, but the digital one, that's just getting started. So now, we fast forward 10 years later, and we arrive in 2035, the world of Black Ops 7. So with Black Ops 2, you might have killed Kravchenko in the 80s before finding out about Menendez's plan, saved Harper and let Farid die, or got Chloe or Briggs killed, or even killed Menendez. But no matter how your Black Ops 2 story ended, one thing's certain, Menendez changed everything. The old Cold War paranoia got an upgrade, and now it's about data, drones, digital warfare, and perhaps, most dangerous of all, dogma. And seeing how real-life modern warfare is playing out, the story's actually quite prescient, even if it is a 13-year-old game. But looking at Black Ops 7, I wonder how accurate it will be. In 2025, according to Black Ops 2, we were supposed to have nano-grip gloves, which we have a kind of form of, but they wouldn't let us do half the things that they do in the game. Ghost camouflage suits, worldwide drone fleets, and the ability to be nice and cooperative with the Chinese government. I don't know which is more unbelievable, if I'm honest. Anyway, in Black Ops 7, set 10 years after Black Ops 2, we're stepping into a world where superpowers still don't trust each other, technology's even more dangerous, and everyone's still picking sides in a war that started decades ago. One broadcast, one brainwashing, and one bioweapon at a time. Not that that feels any different from life today when you think about it. And I don't know if that's clever storytelling, or life imitating art. According to the trailers, we already know that Black Ops 7 is a mind-bending, twisting tale of mental confusion, thanks to some form of AI, which could be a link to the Cordis AI in Black Ops 3, but maybe I'm reading too much into it, and that's also probably a subject for another video. And the AI is probably a major plot point. But what will the rest of the Black Ops 7 campaign bring? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and let me know if you're happy for a co-op campaign mode. Me? Not so much. As you all know, I have no friends, and I hope it's not a major requirement in order to get special gear or camos or extra XP or something if you have to team up, because who am I going to team up with? But now Black Ops 7's dropped, you'll want every bit of context you can get, because it's a series that doesn't follow its own storyline and can be a bit confusing to realise people are alive when they weren't, or are, but aren't, or, I mean, who knows? So if I've been able to explain a bit, ease your confusion, and helped untangle the convoluted tale that is the initial 2 Black Ops games, please hit like, drop a comment saying potato, and check out my Black Ops 1 and 2 full campaign series, which I will have links to in the description below. And until next time, my nudes, remember that decisions have consequences, unless your surname is Mason, I guess. Have a good one.